Hey, my name is Soleiman. I am trying to figure out ways to start to share on YouTube and bring some information to you all. And it's been an interesting journey to figure out like, what do I actually share? What are some of the things that I feel that I'm capable of sharing and disseminating information? Like, I'm a YouTuber, like, I love taking information via YouTube. And I've noticed that I really enjoy the way that some people have set up their YouTube. Just the video itself. It's a beautiful way of setting it up, and then there's different scenes. And I'm a newbie right now. Specifically, I want to talk about like consciousness and men's work and embodiment, mindset, emotional intelligence, like tuning in, coming from the being state, and then taking action from there. Those are sort of the things that I want to talk about. And I'm noticing that I'm finding myself in a place where how do I how do I formulate it? Like, where do I start? How does how do I share from my experience or knowledge that I have, and put it on YouTube, but in a way that it's really supportive and succinct for people. And that's something that I'm learning right now. It's a learning curve for me right now. So if you have any ideas, any thoughts, I'd love some, give me some feedback. I would love some support on that. It's also the idea behind what's a good way to share this information so it's easily digestible for people, number one. And number two, where I don't want to just give more information. There's so much information today, right? There's so many YouTube channels, there's so much YouTube information, social media. I want the sort of information or the thing that I'm sharing. I really would love it if it was more along the lines of like an experiential, while at the same time, so a teaching tool, experiential, giving you, the viewer, some info on what it is, but then put it into practice. Because for me, I've noticed like more information isn't really helpful. I don't need more information. I need to like embody the knowledge, the learning, like really take those things that I've learned and put them into practice into my day to day. And I think that's for a lot of us, right? Especially in the sort of digital world these days of social media. I'm taking in a lot of information. And what is that information doing? It's just sitting there. Am I actually doing something with that information to better my life, better the life of the people around me, better my community? So I really want to come from a place of giving you information that is, yes, there is some info, yet it's applicable and action-based, not just, hey, here's some info. Great. You got some insights, you got some, updates on what it is that how you can better your life, but now what? Yeah. So I would really love to sort of like come up with YouTube videos for you that are, that have a bit of information, but then there's something that you can actually take action on and implement in your life and see if it works for you. Like, try it out for a week. And if you notice that it's done something for you within that week, great, keep doing it. And it's one of those things that I want my information or what I'm offering, my teachings, I want it to be in a way where you are using that it's experiential for you. So it's an experience where you're the study, your own study. And so you're experimenting. You're like, okay, I learned this thing from Soleiman and he gave me some insights and he gave me this practice to do. Cool. Let me see if it's going to work for me. So I'm going to try it for the next week. And from there, see if it's something that I want to do. And I think for me, that's the only way that I've really learned, or that I know that that's my learning style, is experience. I need experiences. I need to get a tool, get a concept, get an idea, but then make sure that that concept and idea has some sort of like, hey, try this out, or hey, do this, or write this, or et cetera, et cetera. And then I can do it and try it and experience it for myself, and then actually embody it, see, oh yeah, I like that actually, or that wasn't really for me, kind of a thing. It's in the same way of saying like a recipe, right? I want the recipe. I want the recipe. I want the steps. Cool. Do this, do that, do that. And I try it, and then I taste it. And then I'm like, did I like it? Did I enjoy it? Or if so, great. I'm going to keep that recipe, or I'm going to keep that, remember that recipe, and then do it again for myself at another time. So yeah, so that's sort of the key element for me, is really teaching from a perspective of making sure that the thing that you're gaining is a teaching and an implementation, taking action on it. That's what I've noticed a lot also in my men's group that I'm in. We have a lot of talk therapy. We do a lot of talk. Yes, it's amazing. There is some support or accountability. I'd say more like, hey, accountability in terms of what it is that you want to do. But I'd say a good 80% of it is just talk. Like, we're sharing about our experience. We're sharing our perspective. We're sharing our, how we came to something. And I'm not seeing a lot of like, hey, I have a goal and I want I want to accomplish it in this quarter, let's say. Great. So how can we support you in your men's group? So I'm not seeing a lot of that, which I would really, really enjoy. And I think that for me, a lot of the times that's why I hire coaches to help me with that. I hire a coach to help me with, cool, you want to get to here? Great. So let's break it up for you so you understand where you are now to where you need to get to. And that'd be really nice if it was more, I guess it's the setup of the men's group. So I think that's what I'm hearing for myself as I'm sharing this, is the setup of the men's group is the key to what kind of men's group do you want to be in? Do you want to be in a men's group that you're there and you're just hearing each other out and you're really just more of a sounding board for each other in terms of like your emotions and what's going on in your world and what's happening in your life and day to day. And so you can have men to sort of hear you out and potentially just reflect on what they heard and just really hold space and be kind and generous to you for what it is that you're, how you're living? Or do you want some sort of men's group that has that piece to it too, has that piece to it as well as the piece of, hey, cool. So in this quarter, what are you committed to? What are you planning on accomplishing in the next 3 months? What does that look like? So I think that's the real key for me here, is to really find or be a support for men who, yes, they want to feel their sense of self. They want to tune into their body. They want to tune into their beingness, their sense of self, while at the same time, they want to accomplish things in their life. So they don't want to just be heard by other men, but they want that challenge of like, cool, I want to, gain muscle, or I want to, increase my income by XYZ, or I want to, whatever it is, like have a better relationship, or I want to start dating, or whatever that is that they want. Cool. How do we do that in a community, in a men's group? So that is one of my goals of what it is I want to create in my men's community, is not just a place for men to sort of chime in and say, hey, XYZ, this is what I did today, and it was so fun, and da da da. I want there to be a sense of like, hey, this is my commitment for the next 3 months is this. Cool. How do we, as your community of men, hold you accountable to that and support you along that journey? What is it that you need? What are the resources that you need, whether it's financial, referrals, a sounding board? Like, what are the things that you need to accomplish that? Like, what is it that you need for that thing? Yeah, so I'll leave it at that. That was my sort of first iteration of sharing myself, expressing myself. And I think I really like this sort of riffing. As I continue to riff, I'm going to get more and more clear as to what subject matters I'd like to talk to you guys about. And I'd like to hear more about like what subject matters you would want to, what you would want to hear specifically around men's, men's work, men's mental health. So specifically to men's work. Yeah. So thanks for listening, and check out my website, inneredge.co, and my men's community. It's all in the description below. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.